I want all of you to take part in a small experiment with me. I want you all to raise your arms up in the air. Come on, I'll do it with you. I want you to bring it down. Let's get it back up there and bring it down. I want you to close your eyes. I can see you, so I'll know when you haven't closed your eyes. And I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to imagine that you're 6 years old. And you are that 6-year-old standing in the middle of the stage. What are you feeling right now? You're excited, a little nervous, maybe a little scared, maybe a tad bit anxious as well. Now, take a deep breath. And now slowly let it out. Feel a little calmer, little less cloudy. Okay, open your eyes. I want you to remember this feeling. Right? I want you to remember that 6-year-old. I want you to remember how you felt once you took that deep breath. I want to tell you 2 stories. One, where I was that 6-year-old. I was 6 years old. I'm 42 now, so it's been a while. I was 6 years old, standing on a stage like this, in front of my whole family, the entire school. As a kid who'd done a lot of this before, been on stage, I'd acted. Today I was trying to be funny. And I stood there, I saw everyone, the light was on me like this, and I froze. Sweat going down my face, tears coming down my eyes. I said, "Mama, I can't do this," on the mic, and ran off stage. For the next 25 years, I did not get back on a stage. I said, no, go back to that memory. I want to flash forward to 2 years ago, on this stage. I was sitting right there. My 6-year-old daughter was walking onto this stage as the lead of a play. She was playing a witch. She had a broom between her legs. She had to walk to the middle of the stage, and she had to pick up a mic to speak. She picks it up. The mic doesn't work. Now I'm sitting right there. I'm sitting in that front row, flashbacks to like 6 years old. Oh my God, same thing's gonna happen to my child that happened to me. But what does she do? She takes a deep breath, switches on the mic, and continues like nothing happened. And the entire play, I'm looking at her and just thinking about just back to where I was 6 years old and she's 6. Same thing happens, just the different reactions. When we get done, I ask her, "How did you do that?" She says, "I just did what you taught me." Took a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out, and let it go. In that moment, what she had practiced, something I wish I'd learned when I was much younger, she had learned how to regulate her emotions. Because we all feel nervous, we all feel stressed, we all feel many things. But in that moment, we let all those emotions, all those things going on inside of us, and that voice in our head, control us. We allow our feelings to define how we behave. And when you realize that how you feel is not necessarily how you behave, something in your life changes. Now, I've spent the last many years researching emotional intelligence. I started off doing this for myself because I'm generally a nervous person. I'm in front of a crowd, which is why you'll see me walking around this circle. It's very restrictive for me right now. I find ways to kind of get out of this nervous feeling that I have. And the more I research it, the more I realize that this is a skill we all need to be taught when we're much younger. So I start sharing content about it. I've created a company around it where I'm making products for young kids so they can actually learn this very, very young, because there's something you can start off very young. But when I go back to what my daughter did on this stage, I go back to my own issues in my own head and the issues that all of us have from a very young age in our minds. And I say, I wish I learned this when I was younger. I wish I learned the tools of emotional intelligence when I was younger. Because when you learn emotional intelligence, when you learn the tools it has, you're not doing it just for yourself. You're doing it for all those people in your life, all those people who surround you. So, what is emotional intelligence? instead of giving you a classical definition where I pull out a book and say this is the definition for something, I'm going to give you the 4 pillars of emotional intelligence. The first one is self-awareness, which is like to know how you're feeling and understand it. The second one is self-management. Okay, I'm feeling this way. What do I do about it? How do I respond? Third one is social awareness. How do I understand the emotions of those around me? The last one is relationship management. How do I build relationships in my life basis all these things that I've learned? That's it, just 4 things. And when you know this, you will realize that the relationships in your life become outstanding. And the most important relationship in your life becomes even better, which is the one with yourself. But you're thinking, okay, he gave me 2 fun stories, give me some definitions. Can I actually leave this room today, leave this auditorium today, having learned something about it that I can practice the instant I'm out of here? So I'm going to do the most internet-y thing and say I'll give you 3 things. The first one is something called metacognition. Sounds like a really funky term. All it means is thinking about your thinking. When you feel something, ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Let's say you're in an exam. Everybody's been in an exam where they were really nervous. You're in an exam, you're really nervous, you're worried about how it will go. If you ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? You'll realize, because this matters to me, because I want to be good in this exam. So can I refocus this energy towards what I'm doing instead of focusing it on all those feelings I have? Just that moment of asking yourself this question stops that pattern, stops that spiral that happens inside you. It's like a remote controller. You shift the channel. You can move towards focusing on what you really want to focus on. The second thing, which is a tool we all have, we were born with it. We use it every moment of our lives. Our breath. Time to make all of you do something else. I want you to take a deep breath from your nose to a count of 4. I'm going to count, and you're going to breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold it for 7. Don't breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Breathe out slowly from your mouth to a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You just learned a regulation skill. So when you're feeling like all your emotions are taking over, and you ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Just do this. And you suddenly feel yourself calmer, a lot clearer. And the last thing, which I find to be the most powerful tool, which is to find something that centers you. And me being me, have found a bunch of things that center me. Number 1, something which I always carry with me is I have a tattoo on my arm of what's important to me. So whenever I'm doing something, whenever I have to make a choice, whenever I'm confused, I'm like, what is important to me? My arm has me and my wife and my 4 children. 2 canine, 2 human. Right? And I'm like, okay, that's what's important to me. That's why I'm doing everything which I do. Other times, I put my hand in my pocket, I pull out these beads, which my mother nicely got me. Just run through them. Helps me refocus, come back to center. Or I just focus on my breath, which seems to be the simplest way to do it, but I prefer the beads. And the reason I've given you these tools is, if you look at the best leaders in the world, the best parents, the best friends, the best partners, they're all people who are there for you in a way that nobody else is. Because they don't react, they respond. They can sit in an uncomfortable situation and not let it make them want to run away. They're okay to be in an instance where things might not be clear, but they want to work towards a solution. They're okay to use their breath to center themselves. Because this is a skill we can all build. It takes practice. You have to force yourself to do it. To force yourself almost to not think. But the day you do, it'll teach you how to handle stress, teach you how to focus on what's important, and do the things you actually want to do. And if my 6-year-old can learn it, I think we all can too. Thank you.